Go get your own nigga. I was gone for a minute, but I'm back now. Yeah. Better play your role, don't make me act out. Bitch, I'm back on the Jerry Stackhouse. Yeah. I hate flexing, don't make me bring the racks out. I'm trying to turn the match into a trap house. Yeah. Be the real, why they keep letting the racks out? A good life, I'm trying to see what that's about. Yeah. I ain't cocky, I just know that.
I can't guarantee how long this live gonna be up. I don't know if it's gonna be 2 minutes, 1 minute, 5 seconds, 30 seconds. Those of you who do know, the Soco in the Morning Show is only about information that I gathered prior to me getting on the show, so that I can use it to incorporate it into the morning show. The evening show, I do Street Approved Radio. It's game at playing independent artist music, of course, always and foremost. That's the most important part of the show. Um, but you also can come on there and be a guest on the show. So, you guys, I want you guys to understand the difference between live guests and a featured guest. So, for instance, I say this a lot because people don't understand it. I even had somebody email me like, "Oh, I don't know what you're referring to. People be live on there all the time." No, people are live, meaning someone asks me to add them, I add them, even though I don't know much about them. The whole day is not going to be about them. When you're a featured guest on the show, the whole show is about you. You get an interview, you ask questions, you playing your music, you doing etc. You telling me about any future events, things you got going on in that nature, how long you've been doing music. It's a whole interview process, okay? That's when you're a featured guest on there. You come on, you do an interview. Your whole interview goes from here to YouTube. You can share it, you can post it, you can use it on your platform, however you want to do it. A lot of people, it just really preparing you, because when you like go to do to the radio shows and different things like that, you just want to already know what you're doing. So this live interview is to really put you on the spot, because a lot of things when you're doing it as an independent artist, it's going to be on the spot. You're going to get asked to do music on the spot. You're going to get asked to questions on the spot, and they're going to want you to have a real response. So doing this live interview with me is definitely a good thing. You definitely want to pursue it.
Never gonna change. I told that shit never, never. I'ma always be the same. If I love you, I ain't never gonna change.
All right, you guys, welcome to Soco in the Morning. As always, you guys know that I have to start off with independent artist music, and I will throughout the break on the show. I will play more independent artist music as well, because this is what this platform is for. Okay, so for those of you who have never been on my live before, or are going to have the opportunity to come back and rewatch my live, it will be posted to my YouTube, so you will be able to go to my YouTube channel and go back and rewatch the live on there. It'll be posted maybe an hour after the live is over. The actual video will go to YouTube, and you'll have the opportunity to go there and watch it. Basically with Soco in the Morning, the only thing I do differently from Screen Approved Radio that's hosted at night is normally when I have guests. I just had a guest over just on the show. And if you guys have never seen what it's like to have a live interview, you can go back to the YouTube. That's SA Radio 23 on YouTube, and it'll pop right up, and you can go there and check out what the live interview is like. It's unscripted, so we don't know what's going to happen, what's going to be said, but you can go through there and watch the full video of what it's like to do a live interview. Okay, most of the interviews that you guys see that's set down is scripted. They have the opportunity to go back and fix it and edit it. Everything I do on here is live. Since you guys love me to do live so much, I was like, okay, I need to do a live show. I need to do a show where I don't get to prepare. I don't get nothing. Whatever happens, happens. Once I start talking and the live is on, it's on. So normally in the morning, what I do is I start off with some music, and then I go into using what's current. So I'm gonna tell you guys about me and this show. I really don't care about none of the other stuff that's going on. I'm not big on gossip. This is not a gossip podcast. This is an informational podcast that everything I gather, anything that I find a way to incorporate it into um, information that I can give out to independent artists because that's my main focus. Always and foremost, that's my main focus. And this show is designed to give you enough information in the event that you do get signed. At least you have some type of knowledge. At least you have some type of insight or a way to go in and do some research and figure it out on your own. Because this is a tough market. You get what I'm saying? Especially right now with everything being so digitalized and online, and you get what I'm saying? Like you don't really have the resources to do, but you have them. Actually, you have the resources. Let me correct myself. You have the resources to go out here and do whatever. You can conquer the world in a day if you want to. Back when I was doing music, we didn't have all these resources. So I go about showing you the original old school method of it, what you can incorporate it with today's technology and how to be successful. So that's kind of like what I do on this show. And that's the whole purpose, is to give you more information. I mean, I know we can Google everything, but Google is some things that you just really just gotta put hard work into. And when you're an independent artist, you really just gotta do the groundwork. It's no shortcuts to being successful. If you get lucky enough to get signed, or you get lucky enough to get a hit that take off like a rocket, you know what I'm saying? You know, you just one of the blessed of many millions of people that's trying to get there. So, of course, yes, today is Monday. So, and it's actually close to Valentine's Day, which is why I was playing some of the songs that had like love involved in and different things like that. So today I'm gonna go through and I'm gonna do some current events. Keep in mind, I try to get this information as fresh as possible. I don't be sitting on Instagram. Believe it or not, I don't at all. I don't really go through it, but before the shared purposes, I have to try to get current events so that I can incorporate it. So today, if you see my topic, it says money, money, music, and relationships. Can you have it all? Because you guys, back when I was doing music, trying to pursue music, they didn't want you to have a relationship. They didn't. They even if you had one, they didn't want you to publicly talk about it because it used to be crucial for your relationship, because for one thing, your fans want to believe that they have an opportunity to be with you. They idolize you. They fixate on you, which is even still now. Even when you're in a relationship, they be like, "Hurry up and get out the relationship. I want you to be with me." That's just how it is. So the industry never really wanted you to be in a relationship. It was always kept sheltered. So that's going to be what we talk about today. So in order for us to do that, of course, I got to give you guys some current events. So we know the Kansas City Chiefs. Congratulations to the Kansas City Chiefs. That's my son. My son, he's a Kansas City Chief fan. He's been a Kansas City Chief. He played football, so that's his team. I was happy for him. I'm a football mom. However, I'm not really big into sports, and it's crazy because I used to like do sports in school and different things like that. But they played against the Philadelphia Eagles, and they won. You know, I actually got to catch the last part of it because y'all know I'm still recovering from COVID, so I'm not 1,000% well yet. However, I'm getting there. So I didn't watch the whole game, but I kind of like glanced at it when I was like coming through the house, you know, getting Madison. So congratulations to the Kansas City Chiefs. So of course y'all know I'm not a fan of none of this, so I can't really do too much about it. But I did notice that brothers play on opposite teams, so they had to be interesting for the mom to figure out who you're going to root for and different. Hey, welcome! Thank you for popping in on my live. Um, I know they had to be interesting, but it had to be exciting at the same time. I loved her outfit for one thing. Okay, toodles to the mom. She had half and half, the half the Eagles, half the Kansas City Chiefs on her thing. Um, so I think that was pretty cool. That was my son's team, so yeah, I was happy that they won. All right, so right? That would, if this was 10, 10 years ago, Rihanna wouldn't have performed because nobody wanted to see that. At least that's how they view women. First of all, women, it was a hard market for women. Like it was extremely. They would only let one woman in per every 3 to 5 years. Okay, so with the ratios being like that, and you're a woman doing anything to damage that, would be insane. Back when I think Lil Kim went to jail, Remy Ma went to jail. You had to be either really street or you just had to do something to keep yourself current while you wait your turn. And relationships wasn't a good thing to be in. And as you can see, I have had experiences where I tried to go to a studio. I'm a female, right? I go to try to go to studios, and a lot of these studios here, these guys, they're running them out of their house. All right, so when a woman shows up, it's a whole big deal. Like I just recently went to try to record, or at least to go check out some beats from this guy, and he was hitting me up all the time. And when I got there, he was like, "Oh, we're gonna listen to him out here." I was like, "Oh my god, you mean to tell me I didn't travel over here for you to tell me I'm gonna have to listen to your beats in a car?" Oh my god, I was blown away. I was so uncomfortable because my thing now, I'm sitting in a parked car looking like a savage, listening to beats. Like I'm like that's like the bottom of the barrel. So the reason was his woman and him got into it when he told him that a female was coming to hear beats. And my thing is, that's why they never wanted you to be in a relationship, because of this new thing where we're openly talking about relationships. Or should we just keep it private? I think, to me, I think that keep it private. I don't really want to know who's dating who. Just make some music. That, to me, like, I don't really care. Even the stuff, even me going through here and talking to y'all, see how terrible I am at going through talk about these people's business. I don't care about their business. I don't care that Chris Brown shouted out Rihanna. I don't care that the fans was mad that this grown man who his ex is bettering herself, doing very well on her second child, and you guys are mad. I don't even get it. So for that reason, it's not really a thing for me. I just know that when I was doing music, I wanted to keep it separate. I wanted to have my career and I wanted to have my relationship, but I didn't want them to collide. I didn't want them to mix. You know what I'm saying? So I had opportunities to be on a reality show here when I was in Atlanta. They was like, "Oh, well, all you got to do is say you was such and such." No, because then what I do in my real life, if I sit on TV and I say I'm with him, what I do with him, that's looking at me like, you here every night. Where did this man come from? So it used to always cause confusion. Like, literally, even now, I still have that mindset like, I can't publicly talk about my relationship. If y'all realize it, y'all don't see me talk about my relationship because I feel like I was programmed to not do that. So I don't do it. I don't speak on it. I don't even worry. Like, I try to keep it completely separate because I grew up in an era where you didn't talk about relationships. You only talked about music. You only talk about what you're doing and where you're traveling to and where you're going.
I ain't tripping, niggas knowing this, whatever. Niggas come the wrong way, they gon' leave up on the street. I'm the weather man, bitches gon' run chest, you better. Yeah, kill by the way you niggas know it, I'm a stallion. Yeah, jalapeno shell burn his chest like some pepper. Yeah, tough on the smoke, pussy boy, I would never. Yeah, I can never do wrong, never do right, nigga. If I go down, I know I'ma do life, nigga. If I die now, I hope I have a new life. Yeah, I can never do wrong, never do right, nigga. If I go down, I know I'ma do life, nigga. If I die now, I hope I have a new life.
All right, you guys. So my life was interrupted. So what y'all know me, only thing I'm gonna do is anytime it click off, I'm gonna click back on. I gotta always foremost play independent artist music. So when I come back on, that is what I do. So yeah, that was a couple people. It looked like it was King Guala. We had Kush Baby. We had Too Lit, KTK. I also played some P Pesco with T Latin, Boogie Mangati. Just to name a few of the people that music that I've played so far this morning. If I haven't played your music, it's because you probably haven't sent it. All right, I don't need to play what I got. You get what I'm saying? So Yeah, that would be the only reason. So right now I was just going through before the live clicked off, and I was talking about relationships and money and things that can kill your career. Also, in the midst of that, I was going to go on and talk about how a lot of these artists are branching off and getting other things going. And I for a long time people didn't want to do more than that. Like a football player only wanted to play football. They never really wanted to do anything beyond that. But you have to prepare yourself for longevity. So we have Moneybag Yo. He just opened up a restaurant. We have JT. She just opened up a hair care line. I think I just seen Kodak Black just got some real estate going on. You got to start thinking about the future, because guess what? The lifespan of music, it depending on who you are and the level of music you make. So when I say that, so if let's say I'll try to find somebody that'll make what I'm saying make sense. All right. So when you think about Jay-Z, right? And Nas. Jay-Z, Nas, and Lil Wayne, even Michael Jackson. I'll just say Michael Jackson. I'm thinking about people that made music that stood the test of time. So their music is forever. It really don't have a cap on it. So if let's say Jay Z pop up with, it's always something. I wish I can just have an easy day, but I never have an easy day. I always got to work hard for anything I'm doing.